Hey, this is Majin. I got some comic reviews for you. We got Nova, Justice League, Spider-Man, um, um, Squadron Supreme, and Obi-Wan and Anakin. Okay, let's get on with it. Um, this one, it's basically Anakin. He's still young. He's basically in the middle of his training, and Obi-Wan and Anakin are sent off to a planet that they receive a distress call or a call for help for Jedi. Now, here's the deal with this book. There's a couple issues I had with it. Pretty much the Earth, I mean, not the Earth, but this planet's been ravaged by war, and it's in really, really bad shape. And, Anakin says some bright things like, well, geez, how did this happen? What's going on here? And, Obi-Wan's like, well, Anakin, they weren't part of the Republic, so, tough shit. It happens. And Anakin's like, but we're Jedi, we're supposed to protect people, keep the peace, blah, blah, blah. And Obi-Wan's like, well, that's true, but there's only so many Jedi, and since they're not part of the Republic, yeah, what can we do? And all I'm hearing is this planet did not pay into the protection racket of the Republic. Think about it. If this planet was a part of the Republic would have cared and sent Jedi to help settle the conflict, peacefully. But because they didn't buy in, or for that matter, maybe they weren't approached or whatever, they weren't involved in the Republic, they basically knowingly let them self-destruct. So maybe the Jedi really are an evil in the universe where the Empire, just provides order because, the Jedi are too busy on other planets to worry about them, other people. Now, the other thing that I found odd was then it goes like back into time a little bit where Anakin's training and they're like, yeah, Anakin, he's got some emotional problems. And then Palpatine is like, well, you know what? Why don't you just send young Skywalker to my personal chambers later, and then I can talk to the boy. I have experiences in these situations, and maybe I can help him out a little bit. And Mace just looks like, I think this is basically like sending the young boy to that free candy van. It just radiated, this is a pedophile, and Anakin's going to get a special kind of training. And Mace just goes, okay, sounds good to me. And I'm just like, really? How appropriate is that? It's like, really? Sending a young boy to that man's chambers. Jeez. Anyways, the art is good, but I don't know if I'm going to... I hate Anakin so much, I don't think I'm going to get this book anymore. Alright, all I'm going to say about Nova number 3 is this really felt like Avengers After School Club. I mean, it's like you see Iron Man and you see Vision and then you see the 3 kids, and it just... that's what it looks like. It's like... I don't know. It's just sad. It's just really sad and funny at the same time. But anyways, they're teaming up and they're going to fight the Mole Man. Or the Mole Man's son or something like that. Alright. Justice League. I'm very pleased to see that we got a guy who can draw superheroes. Like superheroes. I like Manipul, but his art style I don't think fits this story. But here's the deal. Even though the art's good, it's back on track, it's moving in a positive direction where we're getting to a resolution. Here's the deal. It's basically like DC has Mad Libs comics, where it's basically they go to a file on their computer and they go, okay, let's use this one. And then all they do is they basically add, names for, people. They throw in new nouns, new verbs, adjectives, whatever. And they put out their story. because it's basically the same story that we've read every single time. You know, like, I don't know how many times we've read the story where here's the bad guy, very evil organization frees themselves, and at the very end they have to join forces to conquer the greater evil. Now, I'm not complaining about that part of the story. My complaint is how we get to the end, where it's like right before things start hitting the fan, we have to work together. And it's like, it's like, can't you, just do something just a little different, other than playing it safe like that. The sad thing is I know people were high-fiving themselves in the office with that one. And which leads me to the Squadron Supreme, where it's the same thing. It's like we had this really awesome event occurring at the beginning, and then, oh, wait a second, now we have to go back and start explaining who these characters are for people, so this way people will start to care about them. And, we have them fighting the Avengers, so let's have Nighthawk out doing his thing, and then have the Avengers show up at the very end and, basically challenge Nighthawk. And I'm just like, how many times have we seen this page, where there's the hero, here's the villain, the heroes, whatever, and then somebody shows up on the last page to go, aha, that things aren't going to go as easy as you think. And I'm just like, it's the exact same ending, but different, just the opposite effect. We have to work together. Now we have to fight. Now, okay, let's look at what's going to happen here. We know Crime Syndicate's going to fight the Justice League at some point. We know that, and then ultimately, yes, they're going to have to team up to fight the Anti-Monitor. What's going to happen here? Nighthawk is going to be he's going to either take on the Avengers and escape on his own, because they have to show how powerful Nighthawk is, or Hyperion or another member of the Squadron Supreme, or all the members of the Squadron Supreme will appear by the end of the third issue to say, things aren't going to go the way you think it's going to go. And that's my biggest freaking complaint about these stories. It's like there's no thought. It's like, let's just hurry up and get to the ending so we can work on the next story. It's like, what happened to investing in something creative where there's an interesting twist on the end of that issue to make me want to read it? Those two issues don't make me want to read the next issue. But Carnage, that ended in a way where I kind of do want to go, I wonder what's behind that door. I wonder what's on that next page. I didn't like the book, but at least it made me go, I wonder what's there. What's so important down there in the mines? This, who cares? It's we already know what's going to happen story. And it's just sad. It's just really sad that people, I blame myself that we keep buying this rubbish, Anyways, Amazing Spider-Man #6. Okay. I was going to say some positive things about the Cloak and Dagger's new look, but let me get straight to what's going on. My biggest beef here. Why does Peter Parker look like he's like 50 years old? It's like, really? He looks so freaking old. And then on top of this, why? Okay, when you look at Marvel and DC, it's normally white people, and they all have full heads of hair. They all have beautiful bodies, right? Except for that random truck driver or the random guy, right? That's just random. Why is it that the Asians have male pattern baldness? I'm like, really? Are you stereotyping? Look at that. His hair's going. And look at that. There's that's Peter. Does that look like Peter? That looks like a freaking 40, 50-year-old Peter. Look at that. I mean, that's like Charles Xavier, you know? And I'm like, really? Really? You just didn't do that. And then, you know, Parker's having this romantic dinner with his scientists, and they're eating what? Dumplings. I mean, granted, they're in China, but still, I'm like, God. I've never been so offended. Anyways, get rid of the artist. Everybody looks like 100 years old. And, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't want to think too much more about it. It's the end of the year. We should be celebrating. We have an old new year of comic books to look forward to. Anyways, we'll have some more reviews later. Like, share, let me know what you guys picked up, what you liked, didn't. And we'll have some more. And like I said, we'll have more stuff. So until next time.